Good morning. We can start straightening this thing out, making sure everything's plumb. Ooh, that's really close. Smidge out. And then lay the walls out. That's really good. Just a smidgen an eighth. Okay, fun. So let's get some braces on here and we will move stuff around. Okay, so I set in with this guy. Okay, so I actually nailed that too close to the exterior wall there, so I'll put this brace where I can bang my head on it. That's fun. That was left-handed. Not very good left-handed swing, that's for sure. That is perfect. Oh, maybe too far. Set my ladder up in the corner here. I want to see what this wall's doing. See if it's got any major wows or if it's getting really close to straight. That looks pretty good. What did this wall have to do? Oh, we're staring right at the sun. That's cool. Smidgen out. Okay, just checking this one again where I already have the brace. It should go out a smidge. That's perfect. Okay, nail that off. This here looks perfect. Okay, so got that side done. These two walls are perfectly straight. We'll see how this one is. It's perfect. So that's tricky. That's good framing on Jay's part, because this is a short wall and it's hard to keep these guys plumb just because they're shorter. But he's got this perfect. So that wall's good. Okay, so here I am, same jog, same distance wall here, and he has it perfect here. Good job, Jay. Thank you. This looks really good too. How's this back wall looking? This has got to go out. Yeah. Oh, that might be it. Maybe a smidge more. Nope, leave that. I think that's perfect. Yeah, nail it. Smidge to the front, maybe? Yeah. Okay, getting ready to get this guy plumb. Too far. Right there. Yup. Looks good. Might be too far. Nope. Yeah, maybe. Okay, let's leave that. Okay, so looking at this roof, these trusses run this way. I'm going to need to put a walkway down the middle here so that it's easy to work with the trusses. Maybe get the ladder. Okay, a couple sticks, and we have it. A couple blocks. Couple studs. Okay, so the walkway's in place. Now we can lay it out. How does this thing look? Looks like this. Okay. So from this corner where I'm standing, I'll measure in 4'8"1/4, and that'll be to this pink girder. 4'8" 1/4 to the start of this pink girder, and it's 2 feet from there. So 4'8" 1/4, and away I go. So 4'8" 1/4 and away. 6'8" 1/4 and away. So I'll have to find A6s and measure them to know how far off the corner this goes. When I measure the bottom cord, which will be from here to this girder, if I measure that, whatever that number is where I come in from this corner over this way. This guy can kind of be random, so I can actually lay this one out here. This one I need to go find the measurement, the A6, because I know that one is I can lay him out. I'm going to go 2'8" 1/4, which is 2 feet back from this girder. Now I'll go find A6 and give it a measure a minute. There's the trusses. Oh, I forgot my measuring tape. Time out. Okay, these are 23 1/4, and the A1s 28 1/4. 28 1/4, 23 1/4. Don't forget that. Okay, so this guy is 23 1/4. That was 6'8" 1/4, 8'8" 1/4. 10'8" 1/4. 12'8" 1/4. And guess what? 14'8" 1/4. So I'll end this layout from this corner on this window. So 16, 8 1/4. So I'm going to add 1.5 inches to that. It is 16, 9 3/4. So now when I come from laying out from that way, this should hit the on centers for a 2 foot. Let's find out. Six foot 4 1/4 and 2 feet and away. 6 foot 4 1/4. So those A11s, were they 11 or were they A1s? Hold on. Yeah, these A11s were 28 1/4 or 2 foot 4 1/4. So I laid them out already as well, but they're all 2 foot centers from this girder here. So yeah, I got the little jacks laid out. Now I'm looking for that 6 foot 4 1/4. Now it's 8 foot 4 1/4, 10 foot 4 1/4, 12 foot 4 1/4, and we'll get on the other side of the wall there and continue my layout. Okay, here we are, 18 foot 4 1/4, and let's see if that hits, what is this, 18? That should be 20 foot 4 1/4. Doesn't look like it. Yep, it's perfect. Yeah, it's a 16th out. So I'll lay out this front. I know that these are 28 1/4, and this here is saying 2 foot 2 1/4, this first one. Oh yeah, they got a funny little jog here. Oh, it's tricky. So 2 foot 2 1/4 and 2 foot 4 1/4. Hey. So 2 foot 2 1/4, 4 foot 2 1/4, and 6 foot 2 1/4. We'll double that up, or add 1.5 inches and see if that works. What did I say? 6 foot 2 1/4? 6 foot 2 1/4. Yeah, spot on. Uh, 4 foot 2 1/4. And 2 foot 2 1/4. And now I turn the corner. This gets tricky, so this is where you have to pay attention to your layout. Typically this number is the same. So if this was 2 foot 2 1/4, this should be 2 foot 4 1/4. But in this case it's not, it's 2 foot 4 1/4. It's just what the designer asked for efficiency. Pretty sure I can get this guy yet too. 6 foot 4 1/4. Okay, so we'll go to the layout and see what's going on this corner. Okay, so along the front wall, they're the A6s, so that was 23 1/4. And to this girder, it's 5 foot 4 1/4. So again, yeah, just got to pay attention to it. Okay, because I know those two jacks are 23 1/4, I'll do one at 23 1/4. The girder sits at 5 foot 4 1/4. And I'm actually going to put the other one at 47 1/4. That means this is 23 1/4, 47 1/4, and all the way across to the side. Yeah, so I can run this all the way into right here, and then there's this little girder that sits at the jog here in the house. So I continue right to this one here. Oof. 71 1/4, 95 1/4, 119 1/4, my last one, 143 1/4. Okay, so this girder was 5 foot 4 1/4, so I'll continue this layout. 5 foot 4 1/4, 7 foot 4 1/4, 9 foot 4 1/4. Okay, measure that in. It's 2 foot 2 3/4 light. Yeah, 2 3/4 heavy, you dingling. Okay, so I'll lay out from here. 2 feet. 2, 4. Stop right there. See if this is going to work out. Okay, so this is 6 foot 4 1/4. And 2 foot centers from the girder. I don't know what the A1s were. I gotta go find out what the A1s were. Oh, okay, hold on here. 28 1/4, 26 1/4. A11s are 26 1/4. A11 are 26 1/4. A1s are 28 1/4. Oh, that's confusing. Gotta write that down. All right, A11, 26 1/4. I think I got stuff wrong up there. A1s are 28 1/4. So these A11s are 26 1/4. So I got these two A11s wrong. So instead of 28 1/4, they are 26 1/4. 2 foot 2 1/4, 4 foot 2 1/4. And this girder is in fact 6 foot 4 1/4. Boy, it just gets confusing. And yes, I have it at 6 foot 4 1/4. Okay. I'm gonna have a bunch of point loads to put in here. Okay, so I fixed the two. I can't remember the number. The A something's here, so they're fixed now. And this is that first girder, and it met perfectly there. All right, now let's go to that corner. So this is in 6 foot 4 1/4, and we have A1s. A1s are 28 1/4. Okay, 28 1/4 or 2 foot 4 1/4, 4 foot 4 1/4, and then it'll be the 6 foot 4 1/4. But while I'm in the corner here, we'll go 2 foot 4 1/4 and 4 foot 4 1/4. And I actually marked an 1/8 back because this tape has to hang over an 1/8 to make it 2 foot 4 1/4. Okay, we'll go back to this side. Six foot 4 1/4. 8 foot 4 1/4. 10 foot 4 1/4. 12 foot 4 1/4. 14 foot 4 1/4. 16 foot 4 1/4. 18 foot 4 1/4. 2 7/8. 2 7/8. And 2 foot, and it should match perfect when I came from the front of the house. Oh, I am quarter out. Ah, so close. Good job. Perfect. Back into the corner here. This is where I had it hanging over an 1/8, right? Yeah. So 4 foot 4 1/8, 6 foot 4 1/8, and 8 foot 4 1/8. Can I do one more? Yeah, 10 foot 4 1/8. 3/8. Two foot 4 1/4, 4 foot 4 1/4, and 6 foot 4 1/4. Okay, coming from this side, 2 foot 4 1/4, 4 foot 4 1/4. Here we are in the middle. 6 foot 4 1/4. 8 foot 4 1/4. Yeah, 10 foot 4 1/4. It's perfect. So from this corner here, it was 23 1/4 and 47 1/4, and then there's a girder here. So that means I just laid out A8, A9, and A10. Well, I didn't, yeah. 1 foot 11 1/4, 2 feet. So I just laid those out. Okay, so it's laid out. Okay, so I'm going to unload all these studs up here. I actually got an order of material coming because I'm going to need quite a few blocks. So I might take the blocks out of the studs. Depends how well it works. Otherwise, I'll be waiting for some 16s that are supposed to be coming. But we'll see how this goes. So right now, I'll just get them off the forks, stack them here. All right. So the first bit that I'm going to do here is I'm just going to grab these jacks and set them up on the second floor. All right, we're just heading back to get the bundles. Little jacks right there. There's so much to watch when you're driving this thing. Okay, so I'm just gonna put them right in this corner bedroom. It's not a very big load, but I am still putting my outriggers down. Why not? Raise this so high to get it over the wall. Felt that. Just trying to remember it's my ladder there because I'm about breaking it right now. Anybody remember where I left my ladder? Let's go have a look. Okay, my ladder's over there. That's good news. So I need these guys to tip. Oh, it's kind of heavy. There it goes. Okay, that went good. Tails in a bit more. Okay, so I got these guys in. Managed to get lucky and maybe have enough slack on the chain. maybe not. Okay, so we're going to slip the jib on. It slides right over the forks. Got it. Okay, so I got to figure out which way this bundle goes on. I think one of my clues is going to be B13 and B14 because they have no tail. So there's no tail on these two trusses, and they're B13 and B14. B13, B14 goes that way. So I'm going to want to hook up from that side and slip it up there. Okay, try to get this into the trusses. Up! Oh, here comes my material. Okay, we'll see how it lifts. Pretty good. Okay, yep, we have it. Okay, so that went perfect. Straps didn't get caught on any walls. They're all hanging loose, so I'll just detach it, and we got all the trusses up. There's no denying that flying these trusses is stressful. That is a given. There are so many things that you have to watch out for. Those tails on that side, we're almost hitting that light bracket and light, so watching for that. However, and when you get the load so high, of course you got to keep your carriage plumb, otherwise the whole thing tips over, and that's not cool. But slow, idle the machine, and keep your eyes open. Love that machine though. Whew. Okay, so we'll get the basket on. Kind of wish my forks were hydraulic, so I don't have to manually slide them. Okay, so I threw all the little jacks up in the basket. Okay, coffee time. Okay, so I got to kind of organize some of these trusses so that I can get started. So I'm going to take these B2 and these B1, which are on the top, slide them forward a bit. Oh boy, but I got to get B3 out there as well, and it is 4 trusses down from the big guys. Lots of fun. Okay, B15 is next. I believe it is a girder on the garage. B15. This is, well, sorry, not garage, but back there. So yeah. So the more trusses you kind of get laid out up here, the more it feels like a floor. Okay. So these 3 trusses are kind of going to be in the place I need them. Kind of in place where they go. Okay, that's that. Now I have beam. The next truss is B12, 11, 10. B12 is up front, 11, 10. Okay, so B12 is here. Get these little guys. No, it's actually at the back here. So it's here. So I'm going to flip these guys back forward, and I'm going to drop B12, 11, and 10 in. Hopefully. Okay, so I got those 3 trusses there. That is going to give me access to a truss, what is it, B3, which goes to the front. These guys, I flip back over, and I am ready to start with this girder if I want to. Now we'll get the B3 up front. Okay, here goes B3. We'll use it to help balance, and it goes up here. So yeah, they're getting more and more areas to walk, making life a lot easier. Takes a little getting used to, but it's not too bad. Okay, I'll use this truss to hang on to. If it rotates over, that's okay by me, and it did. Good. I think it goes there. Okay, so all the trusses I need up front for now are up here. I've drugged them all a little bit too far to the front, and I'm doing that so I can avoid building a bridge in here. Okay, so I want to bring these two further forward. Okay, so it is currently, those trusses are now too far forward, which is what I want, so that it'll carry the peak of this truss. Before I put this truss in, I'm going to get the other two. These two. Extremely light truss here. This is the truss I want on top. This is the guy I'm looking for. Like that. I want a little more strength underneath this corner there, so I'm going to draw that truss. Okay, so that stiffened it up here. So now I'll set these trusses, these jacks, and I'll tip this truss down. So now I'm looking for 13, 14, 15. They're jacks. Let's lay this out. Got to lay it out like we did the wall. 2 foot 2 1/4 and away. Two foot 2 1/4. 4 foot 2 1/4. 6 foot 2 1/4. Okay, let's go get those trusses. Okay, so we can do 1, 2, 3 ridge blocks here, and then 2 common rafters blocks, which are, what were they again? 23 and 5/8, because this is a 412, right? Yeah, 412. So there'll be a little block that I put in right here to here. That's 23 and 5/8, and all my ridges are 22 and 3/8. Common rafter blocks. So I need to get my 4 A11s and 2 hips at A12. So I'll go get my little A11s and my A12s and set them up on the walls. So there should be 2 A12s on here. A2, A2, A12, A12. Here they are. I'll just stick them over here. Okay. Okay, here's all my stuff. Let's get these jacks fastened to this little girder. Flush. Okay, this is the second one. Now for this center guy. Okay, now we come in the middle here, and we're going to tip this. It's going to make a bit of a bang. No, that's not going to work. Timeout. Wasn't really paying attention. This actually should be on the leading edge. Okay, it's going to tip on me. It wants to go. So we'll just try to slow it down a little as it goes. It's not too bad. Okay. Okay, so I got it heel flush with the edge. This is on its layout mark. So we'll start fastening it. So this one has a little bit of a wow, the girder on half. So I'm going to use this toenail to straighten it out. And my finger's on the heel back there, and it's perfect now. So I'm going to put this little jack on now. This truss that my right foot is on seems to have a little twist to it. So we'll pull that twist out with this jack and this one. Okay. Okay, my other two jacks. Okay, these are those common rafter blocks. I'll show you where they go. Straighten everything out. Okay, so lay it out. 24, 24, and that's where that block goes, because this is too big of a span. It's over 2 feet. There it is. Okay, so now before I can get these two trusses set, I have to get a girder to receive these heels. So for now, I'm going to stack these guys. hopefully that end stays put, and it's not. Okay. Okay, so still trying to pull this back. Okay, that might be enough. Okay, so now we need to get the parts for this up so I can start doing what I did there. I got to do on that half of this truss. Oh, apparently I didn't record that. So what I just did is I took the remaining trusses and spread them out. Put this guy here particularly so that I can throw my jacks on, because I need to put jacks all on that guy there, like I said. So this kind of gives me a table to throw my jacks on. Oh, so this is going to be the girder. Better make sure I lay out the right side of it. It's going to fall into place like this. And I need the trusses on this side. So I have been marking the right side. So you can lay it out down here if you like. Okay, to get this hip in, I got to get this fascia board out of the way. So we'll just pull all this down. All right, this is that hip jack that I had to move the 2x4s for. Sorry, the 2x6s. I only put one nail in there for now, in case I gotta adjust that hip when I do the fascia. Find out what my layout is here. 23 1/4. Okay. How far back am I? 5'4" 1/4. Yep, that makes sense. Puts me on the corner here. I better double check this. Yeah, okay, so this hip doesn't line up with this, so I do continue 23 1/4. Okay, it just looks weird to me. It's a little bit untypical. 71 1/4. 95 1/4. And so on. Okay, so I need to measure this wall length. Actually, to be 100% accurate, it would be better if I measured this bottom chord. It is 12'6". So I hook on over there on that heel, and I mark 12'6" and away. That is where the girder goes that carries those two trusses. Okay, so this layout is 5'4" 1/4. Okay, so to find out where this top cord gets fastened, I hang over this little joint, 5'4" 1/4. 5'4" 1/4, and I mark 5'11" 1/4, which is now the same layout as what is on the wall. So from there now I go 2 foot centers. Now this is where that girder is, and I need to find out what the distance is between my layout and the inside. 18 1/2. Makes sense. 18 1/2, and now my girder here will be plumb. Okay, now this is a girder. And I did lay it out wrong. Nope, you got to lay it out right. Yep, okay, perfect. Flush it to the bottom. Smidge up. Oh, smidge down. Perfect. And this guy. Where's my layout? Right there. Okay, now this little fun party. We do the same thing. We tip it. Easy peasy. We'll nail it. We'll nail this heel. This here whole wall is perfectly straight, so I like setting all my trusses to the perfectly straight wall. Looks like the mark is hiding on me. There it is. And I can't even find the heel here. Okay, half inch towards me. Oop, 8th back. Yeah, we'll leave that right there. Okay. So I'm just going to pull this back just a little so I get my air nailer in. And I forgot these jacks, so I'm going to get these jacks in that corner jack. Okay, so now we got to get these. I got the girder in place. It means now I can get this guy set. Oops, I went a little too far. Okay, so I have a nail on here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, the nail's working good. Okay. I hope the nail didn't get worked over too hard. Yeah, perfect. So I have the nail set at 5.5, which puts this at the right height. Okay. Whew, that was weird. I don't do that every day. So that's that one. It's now on the girder. So I'll pull my trusty nail out and do the same thing for the last truss. Measure up from the bottom. This is a 2x6. So I measure up 5.5. Put a mark. Put my nail in. Now I'll take this guy. Oh, too far again. Okay. Keep a hand on it so it doesn't rotate on me again. Okay, I actually got to lift it up a smidge because I have waning here. Or I bend this nail straight. Are we having fun or what? Perfectly flush. Some good friction. So I'm gonna go for it. Okay, I'm going to put in those ridge blocks so they don't tip, and probably cut off that tail. It's being a problem, a minor problem. Yeah. Nope. Keep it there. We'll keep her there. The only thing is that off the wall? It is. Okay, so it is a problem. first block. Okay, those are those 3 ridge blocks. Now I got to nail off these 2 heels, and they're looking perfect. Okay, so I'll put in that one hip jack, and this phase, these 2 girders are done. Lunchtime. Okay, well, that's a half day. I think that's enough film for one episode. We'll break this up into part 1 and part 2. So thank you for watching. You all take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.